Hey everybody, today we're going to make something called broccoli salad or broccoli slaw. I've made this many times. You can buy it at Walmart. It's about $5 or $6 a pound, and the way I make it, you could probably make 2 pounds for that amount of money. Alrighty, I went to the store today and the broccoli, the fresh broccoli, looked awful. So did the celery, which I put in this, but I'm not going to put it in today. The celery looked awful. I don't know why they think people's going to buy stuff like that. So what I did, I got 2 pounds of frozen broccoli cuts. And what I did was, I brought them home and I put them in a pot and boiled them for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Then I shocked them with icy cold water. And then I put them out on a paper towel and tried to get all the water out of them the best I could. And it turned out they're not going to be as crunchy as fresh, but it'll still be good. The rest of the ingredients that you will need for this salad is, the recipe calls for a red onion. I don't really like red onion. It calls for a small red onion minced. But I just have a Vidalia onion right here, and it's only about 1/4 cup. I don't want too much onion in there. Calls for 1/3 cup of golden raisins. This right here is 1/2 cup. The reason why I increased a little bit on the recipe is because it only called for 1 head of broccoli. And I think I have probably about 2.5 times that amount. So I am increasing the ingredients. Now, the recipe below will have the ingredients, the normal ingredients. But really, this salad is made to taste. You make it the way you want to. Alrighty. The next ingredients is mayo. It calls for 1/3 cup of mayo. Now that's just not going to cut it. I'll probably put a cup of mayo in it. It calls for 3 tablespoons of white balsamic vinegar. I don't have that. I have white vinegar, and I'm not going to use 3 tablespoons. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons, which is this right here. And if I feel like it needs more, then I'll add more. Also, the recipe doesn't call for carrots, but I love carrots, and I had carrots left over the other day from making my muffins. So I've got almost a cup of carrots right there. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of honey. I am not putting honey in there. I guess you can substitute sugar, but I don't feel this recipe needs that. Normally I would put a cup of celery also in this recipe. I like the crunch of it, and I love celery. And then you have to have salt and pepper to taste. Also, it calls for 8 slices of bacon. I think there's 9 slices here. Now normally if I double the recipe, I would double the bacon, but we've been eating too much bacon lately, so that's just going to have to do. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're just going to dump everything in here. Let's see if you can see that. Not really. Move everything over and prop this up on this thing. Now let's see if you can see that. That's great. Here is my 1/4 cup Vidalia onion. Here is my 1/2 cup of raisins. Now when James eats this, he'll say you didn't put enough raisins in it. He loves raisins. Here's almost a cup of carrots. I would normally put another cup of celery in that. Here is my 2 tablespoons of vinegar. It calls for 3, but we'll see. Here are my bacon. It says put them up in chunks. I drop them. This will have to do. That's plenty of bacon. Plenty. Really, I think too much. But James won't. James will think it's not enough. Alrighty. I'm going to add a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to eyeball this mayonnaise. Because I may not put a whole cup in there. And I'm not even going to measure it. But here's what you do. You make it to taste. I'd say it's about 1/3 cup. Another 1/3 cup. So we'll go with 3/4 cup. And that may not even be 3/4 of a cup. When you get this real good and cold, it is so good. Now, you know, you can also, when you do it with fresh broccoli, you can make your broccoli florets smaller. I could have done that. I just didn't want to take the time to do it. I just really didn't. But anyway, this right here looks like it's going to be enough mayonnaise. Now, probably James won't say it is. Well, he likes salad dressing. Now, he might put salad dressing on top of this. I don't know. But I'll be back. Well, let me taste a little bit right now, see if it's got enough salt and pepper out. Got enough mayonnaise. Maybe hit it with a little bit more salt. Touch more pepper. And I will be back to show you what it looks like in a little dish. Alright everybody, I'll be right back. Alright everybody, I'm back. This looks so good. When it gets cold, it will be delicious. So I'll just transfer it from that bowl into a glass dish and put it in my refrigerator. And when James comes home from work tonight, he will have him some broccoli salad. Let me get me a big old bite of it. Big old piece of bacon. It is so good, and it will be even better tomorrow if we have any left. Alright everybody, I hope you try this recipe. This is Melissa making a salad or a slaw up here in a holler. Bye everybody.